magic. Come along, let's make it tragic. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking, we're on a vibe so fine. The aroma's rising, the chat is vibing. With the laughter, joys are living. Every cut that sizzles on it. Dana's kitchen, it's the heart. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking, with the times of food and night. Electric nights and streaming light, we're tuning in, feeling right. Spicy sauces, sweet surprises, sushi screens, if the flavor like it, containers around. I'll discover new delights with every cover, topping, mixing every taste. No ingredients, cut to waste. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking, we're on a vibe so fine. The aroma's rising, the chat is riding. With their laughter, joy's arriving. Every cut and seals art. In Dana's kitchen, it's the heart. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking, with the tides of food and life. And with the light, she sets the stage. Dana's kitchen, turn of age. Stringing life with zest and flavor. Every moment wants to savor. A twitch and chase it in a kitchen. Sizzling sounds and colors, but so the interactive process to be in Dana's kitchen. Feel the heat. Midnight snacks and morning brew. With the charm you can refuse. If it's one need morning down, take a chest, I flies of blue. The Dana's kitchen, the sweet alive. Whisking up my different flavors bright. Dreaming dreams and the neon lights to tame joy on a starry night. Turn it tight, she says it right. From savory dishes to sweet delights. Every sprinkle, every dash, creating moments of cool refresh. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking with the tides of food and life. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking with the tides of food and life. Dana's in the kitchen. Let's cook, let's have some fun. Whipping up the best. Oh yeah. Plates full of yum. Plates full of yum. Oh yeah. Rockies by the stove, bestest boy. Tail wags to the beat of the pan's hot sizzle. Laughing over cocktails, drink more's the pour. Shake it up, mix it well. Frosty mugs of fun. Every bite's a hit, a flavored run. Play stacked high, come get you some. Drinks got the tunes. Turn it up, shake the room. Blasting from the speakers. Oh yeah. Feel that groove. Rockies on the idle, watchful eye. In Dana's realm. delicious ride. Rocky's by the door. Loyal pup, hoping for a taste. A little luck. Dana's on fire, turn it up. The queen of the kitchen's wild. Pots and pans in harmony, like a symphony compiled. Serving up a storm, joy in every bite. Come and taste. With Rocky wagging more beneath the neon lights. Rocking out with spatulas, we're flipping fun tonight. With drink more pouring magic, every glass is just right. Shaking up, stirring pots, Dana's on a roll. She's got it going on. Feast your eyes, delight your soul. Come on, sing along. Crank the heat, let's celebrate. It's party time. It's party time. Flavors mingle, senses elevate. It's showtime.
I'm just following him.
Turn on Twitch, let's have some fun. Dana's kitchen has begun. She's whipping up the very best with bartender, drink more, cook less. He's the tech guy, Robbie, Randy, Roy. Rocky is the bestest boy. The food is great, come grab a plate. The show's starting, so don't be late. Dana's kitchen.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous. See,
You could see. He's like, ooh.
Oh, it's so much worse without Vegemite.
Hello? Hello, everybody. How are you? How's it going? It is good to see you all. We forgot to turn Nightbot off from the from Food Fight, so it's we're trying to figure stuff out. My key light is not in here. So hello. Key light's not in here, so we may not be quite as bright today, but we'll fix that for next time. And stuff. Oh, thank you for the resubscribe, and same for Timmy Buble, and for all of you people who have hung in there with us. It's been a wild ride trying to move into this house. If you were in the Discord, you know about our saga of 3 weeks to get the internet set in this house. And but we made it. We made it. Hello, Amy something. The stove is great. And aw, look at that. Drink more, cook less. Thank you for the resub. So we got 6 burners now, and they are heavy duty burners. I have not mastered them yet because I've only cooked in the kitchen maybe 6, 7, 8 times, not including like breakfast and stuff. So the internet is never easy. This is true. So we're gonna be cooking something on the stove today. And we're trying to get all the technology to work. I don't know, did you get the mobile?
I believe it's working.
We believe that the iPad is working. So I decided to do something that didn't look too complicated today because I thought we'd chat a lot. And if I tried to do something complicated, then I'd get stuck in my head doing that and I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys. But here we are in the kitchen. And yeah, so here we are. We're going to take a tour of the pantry here in a little bit as we gather our ingredients. I tried not to be too prepared for today because I do want you guys to have the experience of what it's like to be in this kitchen. We also...
The pantry / guest room.
The guest room. You could use it as a guest room. It's really nice. And then, what else was I going to say? I was going to say something. Totally forgot. Oh! Along with the internet, getting the ice maker, which is more of a first world problem. Internet, unfortunately, is no longer a first world problem. Did get that on Thursday, so now we have ice and a ice maker And I'm super happy because I've used it every day, whereas a pop filler I probably still would not have used if I'd had a pop filler. So there we go. Hello, Tucson Tamale Company. And Bravewood, thank you for being here. And I know if you're busy, that is fine. We're just glad you're here. We're glad that you are here today. So, yeah, that's it. And it's been windy. We've already lost shingles off of the house, but they've been on top of it trying to fix it. And we have sprinkler issues, and we have what else? We still need some door stops. There have been some things along the way, just day by day, trying to get by them. Oh, thank you, Andy. 97 in Tucson. What is it? It is 93 right now, according to our handy dandy thermometer over there. So we have 93. And hello, nerds. Hello to you too. I'm okay being called a nerd or a geek. I'm okay with it. I like people that have a little nerdiness and geekiness. They're more interesting. Rocky, good question, Andy. So he wasn't here for the first few days that we were in the house because we knew we'd have people going in and out trying to get all of the stuff over here, which, by the way, everything from my house is here. Robbie still has stuff at his house, and we still haven't even touched. We haven't touched the storage unit. So we still have a lot to do.
What have you even been doing, Dana?
I know. What have I been doing? So he was, at first he was like, ooh, excited, running around, smelling all the stuff. And then at some point he was like, okay, let's go home. Like, this is it. But he's actually adjusted pretty good. He does not like Klondike. That is what we have named the bowl in the field behind us, because behind us is a farm, and there's a bull in the pen, and he comes and eats grass along the edges, and then he'll go over a hill, and then we don't see him, and then he'll show up again. And there was a day that it was really windy, and there was, I had put out the bulk trash, and I noticed that one of the boxes I had out there must have opened up, and there was styrofoam blowing across my backyard. So I ran out there, and I was really sick because I've been sick one of the weeks as well, which is one of the reasons it took us a little longer to get back on. And so I'm sick, and I'm out there trying to pull, there's barbed wire fence. I'm trying to pull the stuff off the barbed wire fence, and I hear, and then I look up, and there is a bull 1.5 feet from my face just looking at me. It's a little startling. So we've got that. So you made jalapeno orange juice. Did you put any tequila in it? Because that might be good. I don't know if I want jalapeno in my orange. Do you want jalapeno in your orange juice, Robbie? Is that a good way to wake up in the morning?
It'll wake you up.
It sure will.
That's for sure.
It'll wake you up. So anyway, today we're going to be doing, it's called Tamatie Frikkadel, which is an Afrikaans meatball. And this is a book I got for Christmas called South of Somewhere. And so it's this woman has lived in South Africa and also in South Korea. And so there's this mix of everything here is got some sort of southern roots to it from different places. So I've been watching a cooking show, and one of the cooks on it was doing a lot of Afrikaans flavors. So when I was reading through this, I was like, let's try this. Hello, how are you? I'm not sure how to say your name, so I'm going to call you Pow. That's what I'm going to call you. Hello, King of APOC. How are you doing? The bull is a great mood. He's cute, and he looks at Rocky like this. And Rocky's barking at him. So we're trying to teach Rocky that he's just a friend. He's not going to hurt us as long as the barbed wire fence holds. So we've got that. So Let's see here. Pal or Polly is fine. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know. It makes you weep tears of joy. I am so happy with it. I'm so happy with it. It is going to take me a little while because it has a lot more power than my other one. At least it has some simmer settings, which is really great. My other one didn't, so I had to actually get like a little simmer plate to put on there. But it is way more powerful. I'm like, oh, that's super hot. Super, super hot. Okay, so let's go get some ingredients. We're going to see if Robbie can pull up the cam here and follow us into the pantry. And so just to kind of orient you while he's getting that started, I got the sink here. We've got the refrigerator is over here. The ovens are over here. Pantry is directly behind us. And obviously this is the stove. And we don't know. We may stay here. We may not stay here on this side of the counter. We're not really sure yet. And we're not sure how the cameras are going to go. So we have a very limited camera setup for us. We have this camera. We have an overhead camera here. We've got a camera on a tripod over here because we realized none of the things we worked would get us the camera over the stove like we had at the last house. And then right now we're going to be using a mobile camera so you can see the pantry. But the hope is to have a camera in there at some point so that you guys can venture into the pantry whenever I go and at the touch of a button and not like, Robbie, get the mobile camera out. So we are not on vacation. This is our brand new house. You just got used to the last. What was the only other one I cooked on Twitch?
Other than being on road trips, sure.
Well, road trips, but you didn't have to get used to it because it was the only one I did most of my cooking in. I still have to get used to this. I don't even think I like where things are in the drawers behind me, but we said, let's live with it for a month, see what happens. But I think Robbie agrees with me. He doesn't like where the silverware is.
She's putting it in the wrong drawer. Hey, Lord Velos.
His aunt put it in the wrong drawer. She was like, this is where your silverware needs to go. And I go, I don't know if I want it there. I think I want it over there. And she goes, no, you want it here. I said, okay. I said, okay. Hello, Camshaft. We're sort of settled in. Everything is still a work in progress. Every part of this house is still a work in progress. Today, Robbie and I were trying to move a cabinet that we really need another person for. We almost put it through a window. So we said we should probably stop before one of us gets hurt or we put this through a window. But we're trying. And Rocky is here. And hopefully we don't have to put him away because he'll still be really loud. But there we go. We're going to take a look at Rocky. There he is. Hi. Hi, Rocky. There we go. All right, let's go. Let's go hit the pantry. Let's see, what do we need? Oh, first of all, should we do our meatballs? We can do our meatballs on polenta, on pasta, or on mashed potatoes. I can do any of those. So think about that while we're in the pantry because I need the answer to that question.
We ready?
So we're ready.
Quack.
A quack. Quack. Pasta with meatballs. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that, but maybe. Oh, I need my list. Hang on. Let's get some things. Here we go. Here is the pantry. So.
Did you forget to bring chat with you?
I don't, yeah, well, I can't, yes, so you'll have to tell me if they're asking any questions.
I'm the cameraman.
Oh, does it not have it on there? All right, we need tomato paste.
Just a camera.
We need tomato paste. We're going to need a couple of yellow onions. These are pretty dang, this one's pretty dang big, so let's use a couple of these instead. So we'll do a couple of onions here. Those are a little smaller. Then we need some garlic. Ta-da.
So you didn't even like give a tour. You're just grocery shopping
tour.
already.
So here's the tour. So we have a beverage fridge, We have ice, which is really nice. And this is still, we still have so much stuff in storage, so don't worry. All of this will be full. All of this will be full. And then, so cookbooks and some things, other things will be over here. And then food is mostly over here on the other side. So the way I have done this is that, like, this is kind of the Asian area, and then this is like the pastas and the rice, and this is more like drinks and stuff. We have spices. We have all the different kinds of flours here, sugars over here, sweet stuff, all the dried peppers, because, you know, I have a lot of those, all the different salts, breakfast and snacks, canned goods. There, how's that? Oils and vinegars down here. So I think I know where everything is that's in here. I do not know where all the stream stuff is. Robbie and I were frantically looking for things, and we still haven't found our wide camera.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere, but we did find some of the stuff. Okay, so garlic, onion, tomato paste. Let's see here. Is that all I need from in here? I need chicken stock. I think I have some in the refrigerator. And sugar. All right. Load up. All right. Here we go. Let's go. I'm walking slowly for Robbie. No service elevator. Nope.
There's a duck from TwitchCon on the camera.
Where's the elevator to go to the top shelves? Let's see here. I have a, it's so funny because Robbie's mom actually brought over a stepladder when she was helping move some of the stuff, and she said it's a joke. And I'm like, well, no, actually, this is probably the best thing you brought over was a stepladder. I think we've used it almost every day because there's a lot of things. I don't know if you can see, but so there's these cabinets. Then there are cabinets above that, and it's the same over here. Now, I'm not going to probably keep anything I use in the top cabinets here because they're more for decorative stuff. Robbie, I think, is going to try and show you. But maybe he'll pan over here to my coffee area. Bravewood, I have a coffee area. My coffee area is over here, coffee and tea. It's also where I set up some of the equipment for today as well. But you can see we've got cabinets up there, and then they run. I gotta look at, where am I looking? Am I looking here? Am I looking here? Am I looking here? Am I looking here? Well, both of them are on. So but they go down the wall this way, so yeah. So I will be using my logistical elevation technician who will be on the step stool to get things out of some of these things. He's even had to pull out the big 12-foot ladder a couple of times. Ceilings, I believe, are, what are they, 14, 17? 17. Do you remember?
It's vaulted in the kitchen.
It's vaulted. So I think at the top it's 17. So, hello, show me later. Show me layers. So we built this house, so we are the first people in here. Hello, Raven and Creme. Hey, hey. So yeah, so we built this, and I love it because the quartz goes up there over on that side, so it'll be really easy to clean, hopefully. Easier to clean than the tile I had in my last kitchen. However, Robbie had such a fabulous idea in that he said, why don't we there was so much extra tile from that kitchen, and I kept trying to get the contractor to return it for me because I didn't buy it, he bought it so that he could give me a refund, but of course he didn't care, he's got my money already. And so I ended up with quite a bit of that left, and we may put that in the pantry because I won't have to clean that in there. So, feng shui. I think feng shui is FENGSUIE. Anybody? Hello, hippie. How are you? Wait a minute. In the new kitchen. Hippie! How are you? So I'm excited. This one actually will be much better for entertaining. The island is much bigger. I am probably going to miss, for streaming's sake, having the stove on the island, but because it's such a big stove, I have forgotten how to stream. How do you stream? Anybody?
Did you ever know how to stream?
So
Do we have the doghouse built yet, Dana? I might need it.
So Robbie would like to sleep in the guest room tonight, and we haven't made up any of the guest room beds, so that's what he's aiming for.
Maybe I just want to sleep in the new pantry.
Yeah, very carefully. So words are hard. So what was I saying? This has a vent hood that is so powerful, it can suck enough oxygen out of this area to extinguish the flames.
Or
if
so
I
we've
have
been
it on
told.
high, that's what we've been told. And so there's an actual extra vent that opens up when it detects not enough oxygen in the area to bring in fresh air. So I don't plan on testing
I was waiting for that time. Okay, show us.
Yeah,
Show us.
I don't think I'm going to be testing that anytime soon, but
You could let them hear it though.
it's loud. You want to hear? You want to hear what that sounds like when it's on its highest setting? He gets to furnish and design the guest room. No, he doesn't. Only his office, and only sort of.
Yeah, I sort of get to decide on about 5% of the house. That's fine.
All right, here we go. This is speed 1. Hang on. Oh, I have to turn it on. That would help. That's 1. That's 2. So, it's pretty dang loud. We won't be doing that on stream because you won't be able to hear anything else but that. Don't pass out. I'll try not to. It'll be good. I don't think it's enough to make me pass out. It's more about the flames, the burners, than it is about people. So you just got lightheaded. That's fine. I've been lightheaded. I don't even have, I know that the thing I keep my cookbooks on my recipes on to cook, my menu plan and all that stuff, it's still in storage somewhere. So we're going to do what we can do today, because I don't think storage is going to be touched for at least another week. We still have plenty of stuff to do around here.
And show me layers. We do not have a dozen TVs like Zero Brew.
We don't. We have 3. 2 that are hooked up. We don't have the third one yet.
It keeps getting delayed.
Yeah. So it is nice because we have a media room, but we also have a patio outside. Hopefully we'll have an outdoor kitchen out there at some point and can stream out there. So there's a TV out there, and there'll be one in here eventually. Who knew? Okay, so let's start doing some things. So we need a couple of pieces of white bread, and we need a shallow dish. See, this isn't going to work if I'm over here because I'm going to have to run back and forth. Are we having fun yet? So we're going to be making these meatballs, and this recipe says very specifically don't use breadcrumbs in your meatballs because it will make it a more dense meatball.
And we are making it work, Claire. Can I have a piece of bread to eat? Is that a no?
I'm going to pass it to you, but I don't want bread flying everywhere when I throw it to you. What was that?
I think that was you scaring the dog.
Oh. I was like, what is happening over there? All right, and hello, Claire. How are you doing? Schmoopy. And there you go. All right, you lurk away. Everybody lurk away that needs to lurk. I do have a wall of sharp objects. You can see all of my sharp objects, which you could not see in the other house because they were faced up against the wall.
It's practically the wall brought to you by Johnson.
It is. Here's a Johnson knife. Here's a Johnson knife. Here's a Johnson knife. Here's a Johnson knife. All right, I need some milk. I need a 1/4 cup. It says whole milk. I have 2% milk. You know what? We're going to make it work. All right. See, all my measuring things are over here, Robbie. So I need to probably grab some of these things so that we know what we're doing over here.
Thank you for the follow.
Hello, thank you, hardest workman. So while we're almost at 3,000 followers, we've been at 3,000 followers, we've been over 3,000 followers, we're just lower than 3,000 followers again. I've decided we're close enough because we've gone over a couple different times. So I am in April at some point going to try and do the 3-course dinner that we said we were going to do.
Hey, Megabytes.
Hello, Megabytes. Hello, Scooter Beach. Hello, Lesser Panda. All right, so how much did this say? A 1/4 cup. Oh, this doesn't even have a 1/4 cup thing in it.
First stream from the new house.
It is. All right, so we're going to pour some milk on these and let these soak. And hopefully that'll soak enough.
The new house is good. We're still settling in.
You may get to see me do dishes in this house.
We'll see what all the different camera angles are when we slowly flesh everything out.
So there we go. There's that. And then use a fork to mash the bread into let the milk soak in. Let's see here. I've got a tripod over there. You can kind of see it right here. Oh, and that's the faucet. We can move that out of the way. So we'll mash that a little bit and let that milk soak in, and then we're going to make it into a nice pulp. But we'll let it soak a little bit longer because the crust is
Dana's house is sold, yes.
Yes, luckily my house actually sold.
We had to get that done in order to close on this one.
Yeah. And I was a little worried about it because this house was done faster than we thought it would be. And actually, I had more than one offer after 4 days. So I was in good place. I won't even go into the buyer's house.
Yeah, we won't do that. We won't do that.
It was a little challenging. All right. You got a dog? Now, one of the new things
This I've missed.
you may not be familiar with.
Dog shenanigans on cam. I have missed this.
Okay, can we not have him over the food? Thank you.
He's not over the food.
He's close enough. So,
Hey, Fallen Age.
one of the new things, Fallen Age, hello. Yeah, it's the most challenging I've had. But that house was challenging to get into. I had a lot of problems that were not anything I created whatsoever. Getting into that house and getting out of the house was also very challenging. And so I'm just glad it's done. And I guess being challenging made it more for me. While I didn't think about, this is really bittersweet. I was like, I just need to get it done.
Yeah, we didn't really get to go through the bittersweet.
I
'cause it
didn't
was
get
just
to
a
go through
pain.
so sad. It is the longest I've lived in any one house was the last house, though. So there was that. Okay, in a food processor, we need to do the onions. Let me start cutting some things. The one thing I do like about being on this side of the island is that my trash can is right here. So instead of me having to run to the other side of the kitchen,
That sounds like you're not going to get as many steps in, Dana.
I get enough steps in walking from one end of this house to the other.
I see. We haven't accidentally driven to the old place, but I have gone down the wrong hallway here.
This is true. And we still try to get things where they were in the old house, like the silverware and stuff in the kitchen. Even though this isn't shaped like that at all. All right, so we've got 2 yellow onions. This is all going to be the mixture for 2 different things. So we've got the meatballs, but we're also going to be making a tomato sauce, which is what Tamatie is, right? Tomato in Afrikaans. And instead of having things like oregano, that kind of stuff, it's going to have some warm spices like cloves and ginger. And so this was an adaptation from food that the Dutch brought to South Africa, this dish. And I meant to read more on it, and we got side-railed with trying to find things for the stream. So see how handy this is when your trash can is right here? It's been incredibly handy. So this is this mixture that we're going to make. It's going to be onions, garlic, green pepper. That's all going to be a mixture. Part of it will go in the sauce, and part of it will go in the meatballs when we make the meatballs. We'll have... I hope it doesn't happen more often. The other house is kind of in the opposite direction of everything for me. So anyways, I was saying we're going to try and do our 3-course dinner for the 3,000 followers. I do have 0, and little Miss Nikki have said that they will try to make it. And when we were talking to them, we started talking about fondue. So I think we're going to do kind of a 70s dinner party and do fondue. That's my plan. So if you've got any good recipes from the 70s, I'm sure Hippie has some in his mom and grandmother's recipes. Feel free to pass them along, because I don't know where my mom's recipes are at the moment either. Are you telling me I need to be using the Stream Deck?
Hey, Tex Egg for Life. Howdy.
Tex Egg for Life. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How's it going? All right. Lots of onion, which is okay by me.
And if you're not following Mr. Timmy Bublé,
Make sure. We were watching.
getting close to affiliate over there.
Very close. Let's go help with that. You know you want to help with that. You guys have been great at helping people
Was on
reach
Food
their
Fight
goals.
with us. Now is doing streaming.
No, I feel awesome that.
It's usually the other way around, that people stream first and then they're on
And
Food
then they're
Fight,
on Food
but
Fight, but not always.
Not always.
Aspie had never streamed before.
That's true.
So we've had several people who've never streamed before get on there and do their first stream on Food Fight, so that's cool. Some of these cloves are small. Oh, the other exciting thing too, and another reason why I thought it might be hard to stream from this
Uncommon
house.
Wolf.
There were no, yes, Uncommon Wolf. I was trying to think of the name, and I kept coming up with Lone Wolf, and I go, that's not right. I'm not going to say that out loud. But there wasn't a grocery store any place near. But 1 week later, we got a grocery store near us. But I'm really excited because we're going to have an H-E-B near us soon. Not soon, like end of the year, by the end of the year.
End of the decade. Someday.
3, 4, 7.
I like how the dog hasn't really bugged us a whole lot for attention.
Is it because there's a bowl out back?
No, it's because we're streaming. He's like, wait a minute, I remember this.
This looks familiar.
How dare they have all these cameras set up and not be having me the focus?
I know.
Humans, this is not the deal.
He's
I'm
so
cute
funny.
and
We
fluffy.
don't have a fence yet because it's a new house. And so we have to take him out back all the time, and he's adapted really well to letting us know that he needs to go out, although sometimes he uses it because he's bored and he just wants our attention.
Yeah, that happened today. He's like, I want to go sit on the patio. I'm like, no, that's too hot. It's like 92 degrees.
I would sit out there with him. I don't think it's too hot.
It's too hot for March.
It is warm for March, but it's not too hot to sit out there. It's covered. I used to sit outside on the patio where it wasn't covered in the other house. That is one of the things I love about this house is there are fans out there and it's covered. So it's great. So what have you guys been up to? We had food fight where Snoo Snoo won. That was exciting. I still have Snoo Snoo's trophy. Robbie found it earlier, or last week, I think. So I need to get, my gosh.
You having trouble?
Yes, very sticky garlic. Everything is sticking to me. Some of these.
But yeah, another successful season, raised a lot of money for the charities.
We did.
Even though you had to do the finale from
Sitting
a basically empty house.
an empty house because we did not have internet with the computer on top of cardboard boxes while I was sitting on the floor, which was very uncomfortable. But we got through it day by day. You're trying not to lose your mind. Thank you, Ash. Yes, so we will be putting that together probably in a month or two. We'll start putting together the next season 5, which is so exciting that you guys have been interested enough in it, and we've had enough interest in competitors to do it. And I love the fact that we have raised so much money, that we've raised, I don't know, probably 12. We need to sit down and figure that out. But we've definitely raised over $10,000 or $12,000 for charity, which is great. And we've got to meet some amazing people. So I love that too. I can't even, get off my fingers. Come on, garlic. Very sticky garlic.
We have to make sure that there's no vampires in the new house.
Well, if
Very
there
important.
are, they will probably leave.
Because with
After
our luck,
this.
Rocky would just make friends with them.
Probably.
And yes, we did get to see Megabytes in the Factual Foodie.
We got to see that.
While we were
John
gone.
had Factual Foodie going.
Timmy says that he's the Susan Lucci of food competitions.
Because one? Because of one?
Well, 2 second places now, right?
Oh, okay. Because of the other one you did was it at work that you did? These are too small.
Food Fight and Factual Foodie.
And Factual Foodie. Oh. Omega Bites is.
Yes. And yes, and both times it was by 1 point.
I guess there are worse things. You could not make it to the finale, right?
I mean, would it have made you feel better if you just got crushed in the finale? Or you're like, oh, at least I was that close.
Well, and then there's Jet Tila who gets second place all the time, too.
See, look at that, Megabytes. She's comparing you to Jet Tila.
Yep.
I think you've arrived on the food scene now.
All right, how much of this? Do I need the whole one? 1 large green bell pepper stem and seeds removed. So yes, the whole thing. We're getting there. I also like to make sure we get most of the ribs off because that's just kind of bitter. And I'm already not a huge fan of green onions for the most part. There's some things that just needs to be in, but I prefer red or orange peppers.
And Megabytes, that's what got Dana on the Factual Foodie on the testing opening
Was
round
the
thing.
quiz.
Was the quizzes.
Yes, but don't tell Darth that because he just wants to win.
I mean, Darth did win. He's not wrong.
He did, but not on the cooking part. All right.
It's fine. It just means he's smarter than you, Dana.
It's very possible Darth is smarter than me. That's fine.
Let him have his moment.
Do I have to? All right, food processor. Green onions are, I can't speak. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
The dish Dana made on that stream inspired me to get a wok, so that's a win in my book.
There you go. I love using a wok. I thought about using a wok today.
See, she can't find things.
I'm not used to streaming in this kitchen. I told you guys, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. All right, we're gonna pulse this until we have, what does it say? Finely chopped. So we're gonna finely chop these. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just turn it on. Here we go.
But Krem, have you seen the pantry? There are worse places to sleep. There's snacks, there's beverages.
Where's this,
The
what?
pantry?
Oh, in the
'Cause
pantry?
I keep mouthing off and I'm gonna have to sleep in there tonight. It's a decent distance, Texac for Life, but it's still in the DFW area.
All right, I need to find a spatula.
We haven't quite left the States.
Okay. We're still in Texas.
I could sleep on the counter in there, RV style.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I know Chef Mega was like, I'll just come and sleep in the pantry. It's fine. I said, there's enough room for a couple people to throw sleeping bags on the floor.
Make some popcorn. And in the morning, Dana, I'm making waffles.
You're going to make waffles in the morning?
Because I'm donkey.
Because you're what?
Donkey.
Oh, you're donkey. I get it. This is not chopping these up. I really toyed with the idea of maybe I'll just chop these myself. I'm kind of regretting that decision at the moment.
There's the Dana we know.
You'll kick Rocky off the dog bed. Yeah, how early are you going to get up to make sure there are waffles for us in the morning? Now that you don't have to drive somewhere
At least
to work.
2 hours before you want to eat.
So you need to now get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Waffles or pancakes is probably one of the things I've made the most for you.
Yes. But most of the time you make me make the batter. So it's
If I can pull that off,
it's
yes,
not quite
Dana,
the same
I
thing.
do try to make that happen. No. I've made her real waffles way more than an Eggo waffle.
Eggo waffles do not count. I do have a mix in there that's really good though. That's all like natural ingredients. It's not like weird stuff. Come on. I really need, do you know how old this food processor is? Very old. I think this food processor is over 20 years old. It's older than that. It's probably closer to 30.
So
Okay.
it's older than you.
I wish. I wish. All
See,
right.
I try and score points,
How'd that work
and
for you?
it just gets completely ignored. But I say something wrong, and it's just
All right,
eyes
it's like this
just
onion did
staring
not.
down.
Let's chop that piece of onion up.
Yeah, there's a place for Eggo waffles, but it doesn't count as cooking.
It does
Even
not.
I have to agree with that. I probably haven't bought Eggos in 20 years.
I used to get them for the kids.
Same.
But they really like the little mini ones, the cinnamon
No.
mini ones.
No.
Those are the ones they used to have to have. Eggos have been around for a very, very long time. So there are still some big chunks in here, which I'm not real happy about, but we're going to go with it. So we need to divide this in half-ish. So we're just going to kind of go back and forth here. That's 3.
Lester Pander says, time for an upgrade, Dana. New house, new food processor.
I agree. I almost got rid of this one before we moved so that I would have to get a new one. But then I thought, you know what? I have no idea how much money we've got to spend on other things.
I'll tell you how much. It's a lot.
It is a lot. All right. So that's going to be for our meatballs. The rest of this is going to go in for the sauce. So you can already tell we've got green peppers going into our sauce. This is not going to be an Italian flavored
What about
tomato
Italian?
sauce. Not Italian either. Not American Italian.
You still get the Elio's pizza for lunch on occasion? Am I not getting that reference? Or did you misspell?
I don't know what Elio's pizza is.
The square one. There's a square pizza?
Yeah, there's square pizzas out there. Did you not go
I remember
to Italy?
like the lunchroom cafeterias at school, square or rectangle pizzas.
Oh, I know what I was telling you guys. Nowadays, they do not put in outlets in the sides of islands. They will only do the pop-ups on the top, which are very, very expensive. So I did not have my electrician come over and put some in the side of the island because that's a stupid rule. Just make sure everybody knows I did not do that. Hi. Okay, chicken stock, refrigerator. Do I have some? Yes, I do. Do I
So
have
we've
enough?
reversed the problem, Dana. Now the fridge is off camera. The pantry used to be off camera.
Well, what we can do is change the camera setup. I think that we need a camera that follows. And if I have a camera that follows, then you can follow me to the refrigerator. So there's that, Robbie. All right, I need 1.5 cups. Do you think there's 1.5 in here? Let's see. There is.
I was
That's
gonna say
leave me
no.
half a cup in here, but we're going to keep it just in case we need to thin that sauce out. All right, let's start making our sauce. We're
We
going to...
just need more cameras, easy peasy. We have at least one more. It's
Somewhere.
It's somewhere. It's only the best camera. It was a really good one to misplace.
Yeah, we can't find the streaming backpack, and I panicked because I couldn't find... Once I remembered that I had put a bunch of camera equipment in a certain bin, we have 12 of those, and we couldn't locate 2 of them. But we did find them, but that camera's not in there. So now we have no idea where it is. But it's got to be here somewhere because there was nothing left in the other house. Could it have gone into storage? Possibly. I don't think we did that, but Maybe we did.
So the
Who
reason it got
knows?
misplaced is that we didn't have to use it for food fight, and so it wasn't part of the final pack.
Yeah. Camera that follows, just do the wide angle, then focus and follow, add on right, something like that. So I was just thinking of getting one of those little cameras that does, you can have it zoom in, zoom out, and it will follow you 180 degrees in the kitchen.
Megabytes is like, I swear I didn't take it with me. Yeah, one of the OBS spots probably, Mega.
Rocky is adjusting okay to the new place. I think he misses being able to go out into the backyard whenever he wants to, but we are working on getting a fence. I just don't think that that's probably going to be for another 6 to 8.
We have the dog
weeks.
door.
We do have
The dog door is
doors
ready, which I'm sure is extra frustrating for him.
that he can see that, and yet
But
he's adjusted to.
It'd be very
scratching
bad
on
if
the
he
door.
just went out there on his own. He'd be gone. We'd never see him
He
again.
tried to get underneath the barbed wire fence while I was out there.
He ran out and attacked a media guy on the front porch last week.
A large bowl of beef.
It's the first time I think he's ever really
Okay.
ran out the front door on us.
So it wants me to chill the meat. So we got to make our meat mixture first. So we've got a pound of ground beef. And yes, I just bought ground beef. Do not judge me. I just bought it. I did not grind this meat myself.
The
That comes
standards have really
later.
slipped on
I
this
know.
show, Dana.
How dare I, right? All right, let's wash my hands so we can get the rest of
we
the
get
stuff.
a nice close-up of you washing your hands now.
How fun is that? Is that fun? I don't think that's really fun. But what we can do is we can use this camera to look and see what we're doing over here with our meatballs. This is going to go over here, though, because I don't need that yet. All right, so here we go. So we've got our mixture in there. We've got our meat. What else do we need? We need parsley, which I did not chop yet. I've washed it. So there's that. And how much parsley? A 1/4 cup. This is probably a little more than that,
Thank you, Bravewood.
but that's okay. It's the one camera angle we liked today. All right. And when I am cooking things like this, I do not mind using some of the stems. The stems of parsley have really good flavor to them.
I mean,
But-
honestly, we got on the air today. That was already a win.
The goal today was to get on the air and have some camera angles and some sound.
Between
As you notice,
having internet to go on and the tech working.
and if you notice, there's no music because we couldn't get that to work.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Pretzel Rocks. We might have to figure out a
A new music
new thing.
thing. Yeah. All right, that's probably a little more than we need, so let's just take part of that. Everything is sticking to my hands today. So far, I have not made a giant mess on the ground, which is good. So we have that.
So how long ago was Food Fight? Was that 4 weeks from tomorrow already?
We need ginger.
No, 3 weeks.
All right. Thank
Text
you
Ag
so
4
much for
Life
the
cheered
biddies.
100. Thank you. New House Hype Train, you are loved. You were created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome. Hashtag
found
always
it.
believe.
Thank you so much, Texag. Thank you, Bravewood. All right, I need to do some ginger. And Liz, I don't need a trash bowl if I'm on this side. How much ginger? A tablespoon. So I'm sad that the grocery store that's near me does not have good seafood. But the people are really nice that work there. Some people were complaining about the produce, but I haven't found that produce to be a problem. I think people just like to complain about things. You know, Because people were complaining that there wasn't a grocery store around here, and now there are people complaining that there is a grocery store around here. It's like, stop complaining, people. All right, I just want to get the edge of that off, and we're going to grate some of this in here, and I'm going to do my famous measuring technique, which is eyeball it.
I was going to say, Dana, some streamers have to drive like an hour plus just to go
This
get
is true.
groceries, and they only go once a week because of that.
I was having to drive about 25, 30 minutes to a grocery store. There were a couple closer. But I think I'll probably be going to the grocery store that is near my work when I'm on work days. So then I will complain about, exactly, Leroy Cat. So I think the problem is that some people moved to where we are because they wanted to get away from crowds. But there were some big developments being built out here. And these people bought in these big developments, and then they were complaining that more people were moving out here. It's like, but you moved into a development that's going to have like 2,000 homes in it. Did you think it was going to stay like it was when you first moved out here?
Yes.
I don't think
Only
so.
they were going to like it.
They'll be really happy when the second grocery store comes and the third one.
I hope Kanara's feeling better.
I do too. Aw, yeah. All right, so ginger. So we've got some ginger in there. We need some salt, some pepper, and some ground cloves. How much ground cloves? Because I want to make sure I get that pretty close. We need a quarter teaspoon.
So ground cloves, is there ever a call for floor cloves?
Floor what?
Cloves.
For cloves?
Floor.
Floor cloves?
Yeah,
No floor cloves.
You've done floor salt on the stream.
Yes, but no floor cloves.
Okay.
I don't want the dog to eat cloves. So that was a quarter teaspoon. This is 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is why you saw me do it twice. I think I need to put an egg in here too.
Do you have my handy dandy pinch and?
Yes, I sure do. So
They're in
Robbie
there? Oh wow.
Robbie-
she's all set.
hates the fact that recipes call for a dash of something or a pinch. So I found these here. We'll show you here. And they say a smidgen, a pinch, and a dash. So that way he doesn't have to guess anymore what it means. Although I think the pinch in there
It's
is too
true love,
small.
guys. It's true love.
Where is reserve had the tomato restaurant beef? Oh, it does have egg. Okay, egg. Now what I am going to do, I don't always
we just have to struggle by until we finally get one.
till we get what?
An HEB.
Yep.
Because they're slowly working their way into the Dallas area.
Well, to the northern Dallas area. There were some south of Dallas. South of Dallas and Fort Worth. Okay. Egg is going in there. And then salt and pepper.
She
Now-
has a ring on the finger, Megabytes. What are you talking about? I put a ring on it. Only to find out a year later that apparently my ringtone on her phone for a very long time was, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
So
But why would I
whereas-
call her phone if she's with me? How would I know that?
It was his ringtone for like 5 years. Put some pepper in there. All right. Now we're going to mix this up. Ain't no better way to mix this up than with your hands. And you know, I've seen recipes that tell you to make your meatball mixture in a food processor. I don't like it. I think it can make your meatballs really tough because you overwork the meat. We don't want to overwork our meat. We want to make sure it gets broken up and everything. We don't have big chunks of,
Makes it a weird texture.
yes, it does.
And if I heard that ringtone, would I have ever gotten a clue? Probably not,
How are
Jedi.
you? Dream of Collectibles in the house. Hello, how are you? Thank you for the resub.
4 years for Dreaming Collectibles.
Can you believe it? 4 years. Holy cow. So, but we're going to stick this in the refrigerator, but there's some big pieces of onion in here. We are going to take those out. But I can't open this up. Hey, Robbie, can you open up the trash for me? Because I have egg mixture and stuff on my hand.
And Juan, if you ever do get a chance to come out our way, you are more than welcome to come see the new house.
100%. No, as a matter of fact, I insist. I insist. Okay, so Robbie, can you come open up the trash for me? Please. I asked nicely. I really did. Hello, Harmer. Thank you so much. All right, now we need to take our bread and mush it up into little pieces and mix that in. And then we're going to stick it in the refrigerator. Then we're going to make our sauce. And then we'll make our meatballs and stick them in there. But I haven't decided what I guess I should probably decide what we're eating with this, huh?
Is it ice cream?
No.
Can it be ice cream?
No. It cannot be. All right. I think I might have added a little more milk to that bread if it were me, because some parts of it still felt a little dry.
It soaked it up pretty quick.
Yeah. And because I try to watch my gluten, I did use sourdough instead of just plain white. Golly. I'll stick that in there. I'm also trying not to put as much stuff down the garbage disposal anymore because we are on a septic system here, which is new for the two of us.
Hey, Mary Todd.
Hello, hello. How are you doing? Yeah, some of these, I don't like the way the food processor did this. So if I ever make this, if this is really tasty, next time I'm going to chop all the vegetables up at least little. And if I do use the food processor, they're already chopped small enough for me.
Which cuts things worse, Dana? The food processor or me?
It's a tough one.
I think
Tough,
Dana
tough
needs
one.
to sleep in the pantry.
Thank you so much, Mary Todd. We're still getting used to it. So today's goal was stream. Have some cameras working and have some sound. So we still got work to do on lighting and things like that. And we'll take another tour of the pantry for those people who came later, because the pantry was one of about 4 things that really sold us on this house. All right, this is going in the refrigerator.
Texac, I don't even know if we know what brand. I'd have to go figure that out.
You don't know what?
Brand of septic.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And yes, we are still in Texas.
All right, before I start the sauce, I'm actually going to start some potatoes real quick because I think we're going to put our meatballs on potatoes so that I can eat them.
Look, it's a pot filler.
This is so hard, Timmy.
It's not really a pot filler, it's just the sink.
It is filling a pot.
We thought about the pot filler option and ultimately decided it was not worth it.
We said
Would have been cool, but not worth it.
we decided we could have one bougie thing other than the pantry. Like one unnecessary thing, and we decided together ice maker would probably get a lot more use than a pot filler. All right, we're gonna do ours with Yukon Gold. Let's see if I can figure out where the peeler is. There it is. I'm starting to learn where things are.
Those fancy slide-out drawers.
Yes, we have fancy slide-out drawers because otherwise I would never use the back. Or I would use it, but I'd put things back there I never use, and then I'd forget I have it. And that's happened so many places. And then when I move, I get rid of it because it's like, well, I never use this. Well, I probably never use it because it's at the back. Whereas with the slide out drawers, nothing is ever really totally in the back. So I do like that. I'm kind of making a mess here, which is okay. I need this. Look at this. I have broken in my cookbook. It now has stuff all over it that I need to clean off because it's egg. So let's do that. I feel like it's my first time streaming because I don't know really what I'm doing in this kitchen other than cooking.
It's a lot more easier to just judge people on Food Fight.
I don't know. That's kind of hard too because everybody cooks so well and is so creative. And you throw them curveballs and they somehow figure it out.
Chat was great this season with all the different things they came up with.
Oh my gosh, it was great. Well, next time with Food Fight, I have ideas.
I know that face. Don't trust that face, guys. That's scary. That's when you need to be worried.
I have ideas. And I want to be really clear with our veteran Food Fight people that if somebody else is watching, that I won't do that to them if they're doing it new, like for season 6. So, are you having fun while I peel potatoes?
Yeah, Megabyte, some of it was, a new way for us to do it, and we were kind of figuring out as we went through. But if ultimately it raised more money for charity, I guess it's not all bad. That, and technically the contestants had the right to say no
They
to
did
any
have the right
off-menu
to
thing.
say no. How much schmaltz is on the page for sure. Yeah, I've got some older cookbooks, and you can tell that they're older cookbooks because of how much stuff is on the pages. All right.
And how much stuff is maybe written in the margins. And
Yeah. My mom's recipes are great because my mom always, if she adapted the recipe, she always wrote it down because she was a recipe follower. Ow.
will you be
Stab
doing any
myself.
vegetable gardening at this new place, Dana?
Eventually, it's probably not going to happen this year because there's so much stuff to do, and I can't do everything all at once. All right, so you guys ready? Do you want to show this camera? Is this camera working? Here we go. This is what we've got set up for today. We're going to put a bunch of salt in there. Don't be afraid to put salt in your pasta or your potatoes. It soaks it up, and it is seasoning your dish. So you want to definitely do that. Same with eggs. A lot of people don't realize that eggs are porous. And so, like, if you're going to be making, like, let's say some deviled eggs, you want to salt that water really, really liberally so some of the salt gets inside that egg and it improves the flavor for hard-boiled eggs, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we've got that going. So now let's start our sauce. We're going to heat some olive oil. How much olive oil? Does it say a little bit, a lot? It doesn't have that much. We're going to do a little more. Come on. This, by the way, one of my favorite things is this bottle from Trader Joe's. It has a little top on it. Now, you never want to use this if you're going to be using like a super high heat. With olive oil, you don't want to use extra virgin olive oil if you're using a really super high heat. We're not going to be going super high today, so I'm not too concerned about it. So occasionally 5 to 6.
And
then
hopefully we
chicken
do the
stock.
new garden area in a way that Rocky doesn't tear through it like he kind of was able to in the old one.
Yes, he did a lot of damage in that one sometimes. All right, so we're gonna need some tomato sauce, and we're gonna need a 1/4 cup of that.
So Tex Ag says, I need to bring you some more oil from that place here
Yes,
in my town.
it's so good. So good. We've used it for salads. I've used that cayenne oil to cook with. So those are all good. We're going to need a bunch of this. Because even though this is a tomato sauce, it is only using tomato paste for that tomato flavor. I probably could have used a can for this since it's so much. Tomato paste everywhere.
Dana's making sure she's breaking in the kitchen.
Chat's making sure I break in the kitchen because they're here.
Sounds like Megabytes will also take some.
There you go. You're prepping this spring and summer, scorched earth, clearing everything and starting with a blank slate. That sounds like a lot of work. It is. It's so nice to have 6 burners. I'm so excited, Lesser Panda. So, all right.
I believe so, Tex Ag for life.
What was the question?
Paying for some
Oh.
of the oils.
See, my onion didn't do a great job of, we're gonna dump that in here.
Don't give me too good of a reason to go up there for a good time.
We'll have a party. We'll have a party. I want to do more dinner parties. I really do. I would have had one already if I would have thought the house was ready to have it. But we're not quite there yet.
It's ready-ish.
It's ish. I've already said we're the first people in this part of the subdivision. And so now a couple of people have moved in, and I told Robbie, and I'm like, hey, in a couple of weeks, I want to start inviting people over and have like a little cocktail party. And it's going to be interesting because I think we're going to be breaking down the kitchen after every stream, at least for right now, until we have a better idea of how we're going to set it up.
Yes, the old house is sold. Thank goodness.
Mine is. Robbie still has to sell a house.
Dano's was the one we had to sell, though.
Yes. I'm just pulling out big chunks of the onion that did not get mixed up in the mix thing. Food processor. I have forgotten the names of things, Robbie. I don't know what to do with my sink. I feel like washing dishes while we wait for things to cook. But here we go. So you can see over here, right, what's going on. I should probably switch these so that you can see that. We'll turn this one up to high. There we go. That's a little better. And we'll get all the things ready. So we will have to put in there our tomato paste. We will have our chicken stock, which I moved back here already.
Raven has a question for you.
You do, to boil them and let them dry for 24 hours. What would you suggest I condition them with? You've read mineral oil or coconut oil. So I use the same thing I use for my cutting boards. So mine is I've actually got it down here, I can show you. So I use 2 things. I've got, this is called mystery oil, but you can use a mineral oil for sure. And then I use, after I let this sit for about 12 to 24 hours, then I use this board cream on my boards. And so it helps keep the moisture inside the boards. And so I will do that with the utensils every once in a while. but I don't ever boil them. I just wash them in really hot soapy water. Because to me, it would seem like if you boil the wood utensils that you are going to dry them out faster because heat will dry things out. So I've never done that. I just do it that way. Yes, Elser, it's a new kitchen. And hello, how are you? Thank you, Andrasta. You have to go food shopping. Well, catch us. We're planning on doing this on Thursday unless something happens. Another piece of onion I don't want in there.
See, Dana, clearly I do a better job of chopping onions than the food processor.
You would have for sure today. For sure today. Hello, Chef Pete. Hello, Raiders. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, go follow Chef Pete. He's been on Twitch for a little while, and he knows what he is doing in the kitchen. He has delicious food. You can catch him on social media as well. He's awesome. So thank you, Themo. So my name is Dana, if you don't know who I am. We are our first stream back in our new house. The last time we cooked in a kitchen was in December because we were selling a house, buying a house, moving, and all of the things. And then we didn't have internet for 3 weeks. So we have not been streaming in the kitchen for quite a while. So we're excited. It is our first stream back. We are doing the best that we can in this kitchen because we haven't unpacked everything, so we don't have all our equipment, and we're just kind of playing with everything. So we know the lighting is off a little bit today, but here we are. So they did 3 pizzas.
Holy cow.
Ricotta parsley with sun-dried tomatoes, mashed potato base with caramelized onions, Calabrian chilies, and pancetta, sausage mozz, and Italian cold cuts. That sounds delicious, Face Plant.
I would love
Thank you,
all
Pete.
of those 3 pizzas.
I would eat all of them too. All right, we don't want this to get to, I know these cuts look weird in here, but that's because we did it in a food processor and it didn't do a very good job. So I'm kind of pulling out the big chunks when I see them. And I was telling everybody that I really was thinking of chopping everything myself, and I should have. So they're kind of crazy pants. So what we're making today is called Tamatie Frikkadel. It is an Afrikaans meatball dish. So the tomato sauce has some warm spices like cloves and ginger in it, which is what we're starting now. Right now we're working on the garlic and the onions and the green peppers, and then we're going to add some tomato sauce and some chicken stock to it and let it start to cook, and then we're going to make our meatballs and put them in there. We're going to put that over some mashed potatoes tonight. So that is what we have got going on today. It's a layering process. You need to coat every wash, then gradually decreasing over time in the pores of the wood so bacteria can't grow. Good information, Andrasta. Thank you for sharing that with us. So here we are. This is maybe a little hot. Like I told you, I'm not really quite sure yet of the burners in this kitchen. They're much hotter than my other ones, so we're going to put a little more olive oil in there to hopefully keep it from drying out too much because it feels very dry. What's funny is that it said, do this until the onions start to brown, and the thing is that it had me put in a whole bunch of things that weren't onions in there, so I think next time, cutting stuff myself, mincing it all myself. So we'll show you the pantry here in a second once we get the sauce started. So for those of you who weren't here at the beginning when we went into the pantry to go get our ingredients, you can see why I love this house so much. Because I love the kitchen because I got my 6 burners and that's really nice. But I really love my pantry. That's still under construction because all of my stuff, some of my stuff is still in storage. But we'll get there. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to put the tomato sauce in here first.
Yeah, I need to get my sleeping bag and pillow back out of the pantry so we can do the tour.
Let's get all of that in there. And I want to cook the tomato sauce a little bit. I mean, the tomato paste a little bit. I don't want it to have that raw-ish flavor to it.
Parmer says the counters into the backsplash is chef's kiss beautiful.
Thank you. I was able to convince Robbie to let me do quartz countertop, do the quartz up the back here.
Faceplant says, I've found that if I give my wife a fully stocked pantry, she can make anything.
If you get her what?
Fully stocked pantry?
Oh, fully stocked. Oh, nice. I think that's true for you too, Robbie. If you get me a fully stocked pantry, I can at least make a pretty decent anything. All right, and then we're going to pour this in here. But I'm super unhappy with the chop on the vegetables. All right.
That was not the deal.
I think I'm making a mess over here. And you know what? It didn't have me do any salt or anything in here, so we're going to add some salt in here. And we're going to add a little pepper as well.
And we will eventually have more of an overhead camera view for the stove.
Yep, right now we realized that we couldn't use any of our arms to get over the stove, so I need to get like a magnetic something. But it's pretty hot up here, so
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
don't worry, we'll figure it out. All right, so I've got that going. Let me
I can
check the
definitely handle
potatoes.
more after I've eaten Dana's food, that's for sure. Andy says, can we please have a Robbie cam?
I would love to have a Robbie cam. We will try to make that happen. I may have to have Megabytes come over here and set that up for me, though. Because Robbie may get in my way.
I may
doing it.
conveniently forget how to set up a camera for that.
I'm going to figure it out, and I will have a button on my Stream Deck. So did you hear me, Mega? All right, this is what our bread was on. Let's rinse this off real quick and wash it because we're going to make our meatballs.
Megabyte says, I did.
Awesome. Okay. Let's get other things ready here so that I'm not scrambling to do them.
Says, I'll come help be the assistant and make sure his gets set up.
See, that's what I need because he keeps going, oh, I don't know. I can't do it. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I need a hair and makeup person before Robbie can. Hey, more Dr. Pepper.
Hello, more Dr. Pepper. How are you? How was your birthday?
And whoever else might be watching with you. Hello to everyone.
Oh, that's right. We're on a trip. We are on a trip. We get back tomorrow, right? It's good because it's windy again today, like your last trip. All right, this needs to go on a simmer setting. Potatoes still working. Okay, what was I going to do? Meatballs.
More Dr. Pepper says, I'm tired and my birthday was good. Saw you guys were having smash burgers yesterday.
What? All right, where do you think my scale is?
Your scale? Mm-hmm. Somewhere?
That is such a great guess that
Isn't
it
it?
is somewhere.
Isn't it? Maybe it's hiding with the
Here, I got it. I found it.
camera.
All right, so what we're gonna do is this is supposed to make eight meatballs. So we're gonna measure this. As you can tell, I haven't quite figured out how to manage my space over here yet. All right. So let's put all our meatball mixture in here, which is very wet.
Are you gonna make a map of where everything is in the kitchen?
I might need to do that, to be honest with you.
Hey, Fajita, welcome in.
Fajita, thank you so much for the subscription, for resubscribing.
54
What?
months.
Have I been on that long? That's crazy. All right, so 34
Hey, little burger.
divided by 8 is about 4 1/4.
Yes, exactly 4 1/4.
Okay. Tear. So we're gonna make some big meatballs.
How you doing, little burger?
Meatballs. Hello, little burger. Thank you for coming and joining us today. It's been a while.
And faceplant, she does not want me staying up doing that. It would be done wrong.
What do I not want you to do?
Cataloging and memorizing the location of stuff.
Oh.
I'd still do it wrong.
He's already asking me, and I'm like, it's in the same place you asked last time you asked me. All right. So there we go. These are big old meatballs.
How's the texture feeling?
Texture feels good, but I think I don't want to put them in. It says to put them in the sauce as you're making them, but it doesn't feel cold enough. So I think I'm going to stick them like in the freezer for a few minutes after we make them so that they firm up some. Because otherwise they might fall apart. Let's see, how's that? Not quite.
These are some nicely sized meatballs. Dana.
These are big meatballs. I was like, what, everybody only gets 2 meatballs? What's up with that? And then I'm like, oh, they're pretty big.
And that's just the way this style is made. They're a little bigger.
I'm guessing. I don't want the sauce to cook down too much, but I can always add some more chicken broth. And I want to make them really quickly so that I don't overcook the potatoes, because that would be a disaster. Don't overcook your potatoes. So we do want them to be the same size because we want them to cook uniformly. And because this is something new for me, it's one of the reasons I am measuring it.
about to
Because then
say.
I can make sure that I do get them all uniformly made. Hopefully, if I mathed right.
As long as you told us the right numbers, you mathed right. You had about 3
I was-
people checking you.
Okay, good, then it's your fault. No.
That sounds like the Dana I know.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be 2 more here. It looks like we're going to be about right on track here. So you mathed well, people. You mathed well. All right.
Look at that. Tex Ag for Life even showing their
The
work.
Let's see. Oh, it's pretty close.
I always hated showing my work for math. It's like, I know the answer. If it's right, what is the problem?
You and my youngest kiddo. They want to see how your brain works.
I don't know how my brain works. How am I supposed to tell you?
And that's why you do it for the teacher. And then the teacher can help you figure that out. Okay, I dropped my towel already. These need to come out.
Yeah, what's a brain? Is it like pinky on the brain?
No. No. Okay.
And this sink does not turn itself on with steam.
It does not. This is not an automatic one like our last one. This is an old-fashioned turn it on, turn it off sink. Stick that over there. We're going to stick these in the freezer for a couple of minutes. And I already had the plate out. Otherwise, I would normally put those on a sheet pan.
Jedi, I can actually send you a message if you want the story behind why that got caught for a little bit. But so it's not you, it's us.
Not you. I didn't even get to see what it was.
You're curious.
Foiling things out. Oh, the life of Brain. I thought it was Brian. Is it Brain? Life of Brain?
I think Andy's being funny.
Okay.
It's
It's about the process, right? It's not about the outcome.
hierarchy.
And I think that that's a lot of things we need to know more about is the process that we do things.
The dog did get fed already, right?
Oh, cheating got flagged? Yeah, there's a story behind that. I think we can probably take that off.
Probably.
now.
It's been a minute.
I think we're okay with that now. But there was a moment in time where we were afraid people were going to come in because of something that was going on, and just we didn't want the stream to be about this event that happened. So
And
that's
it's
what
easy
that's
enough
about.
to just hit the allow button on things. It pops up like once every 6 months, it seems like.
All right, so we are going to put this on something first. And then, over there growling. I'm just going to put them back in this pot. So we're going to see how this works, because it's only 3 potatoes. So I think I can make this work. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. We're going to use the ricer to make our mashed potatoes, because it's still my favorite way to do it now that I know about it.
It does make some delicious mashed potatoes with the ricer. I can confirm, having had this
Many times.
many times. Hey,
Hello,
Zool.
Zool. How are you doing, Zool? What an entrance.
We had to move the fridge off camera for the new house because we never know if Zool's going to be
You
in the
just
fridge.
never know what you're going to find in the fridge.
Now, please help me get out of the fridge, she says.
You chose to be there, so, you know. What else can we do if that was your choice? Okay. The advantage to doing these in the pot, too, is that we can heat them back up if they cool off too much. Now, luckily, we have fixed our air conditioner. The way it was originally set kept blowing the flames out on the stove. So we have fixed that.
It only took a 12-foot ladder to do it.
Yeah.
But
Because the vents are way up high.
Dana was very brave, and she offered to help hold the ladder.
I would have gotten up there. I just probably still wouldn't have been able to reach it. Because if I recall, you were still like, oh my gosh, this is so high. Can I even reach it? All right, some butter. Let's get some butter in there. We'll let that melt. Maybe we need more butter.
As high up as I was, Andy, and as sturdy as that ladder is, I felt a little bit better with Dana holding it.
The vent is about 14, 15 feet up,
And I'm tall,
but not that
but
tall.
I'm not quite that tall.
And that is your job, logistical elevation technician. All right, we're going to heat some milk up too. And then we're going to get our meatballs in the sauce to cook. Where are things? Where are things, people? Here's the thing. I don't need that much milk, but we're going to heat it up anyway because I don't like the milk to cool down my mashed potatoes. They can sometimes get a little gummy because then you have to overwork the potatoes. All right. And not in a good way.
You own 4 Ghostbuster games now on the PlayStation 4.
That's a lot.
King of APOC was in here earlier.
They sure will.
Wonder how many APOC has.
A Chinese version of it. Wow. These are the last place you look for 'em.
Yes.
Well, we obviously haven't looked in all the places for all our streaming equipment. Come on, melt butter. Melt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Faded Epitaph. How are you doing? We're glad to be back.
There's 10 Ghostbuster games in total.
Had no idea. All right, we're gonna put a little milk in here. Loosen those up.
TechZag for life. I would keep looking once I found something if it would speed up the process for the next thing.
Sometimes I forget that I have found it, TechZag for life, so then I go looking for it again.
Can you go to your right just a little bit?
No. I want to taste this sauce too. I want to see how the sauce tastes.
Oh, that's right. We were going to do a pantry tour.
We are in a minute. I'm going to add the rest of this in here.
Auntie! We finally made it back online.
Hello, Auntie. We're here. All right. I may need a little more milk. Probably let's put a little more in there. Because it's going to sit on the stove.
We're alive. Well, we feel you, Mary Todd. We had so many issues with getting the internet here.
You know what, the other thing I'm going to throw into our mashed potatoes is a little bit of garlic powder. We'll get a little more garlic flavor. Oops, except that's not open. So that's going to be a little challenging.
It says you will get no garlic and like it.
If I thought about it, I would have chopped up some more garlic to put in there. But we'll give it a little garlic flavor. All right. Pantry. You want to go look at the pantry? Should we show you guys the pantry again?
See if
Shall
this
we do
is
that?
see if this is still working, shall we?
Let's see if we can get it, if we can get this. Yeah, we didn't have internet for 3 weeks at this house, and I haven't even told you the story of this, but it all starts with the very first person who came to the house to do the internet. I sat here for 8 hours. All right, let's go to the pantry, and I'll tell you the story. Here's the pantry. Ta-da! And it's where the Dana's kitchen sign is living at the moment. The other one, we don't know where it's going to live yet. But we've got the one. So we have a nice countertop. I've got about half of my stuff here. The other half is in storage. And we've got all the food is over here, along with some things, other things. So, and I've got it kind of in sections. And I have also put signs on these so Robbie doesn't have to map or ask me where stuff is. He still will.
The flour?
Yes.
Flour.
And this, look, we have creme delish over here.
We do have creme delish. It made it.
And we got some dried fruit and all that stuff. So this is, it's in progress. I'll keep you updated. But we do have an ice maker.
Yeah, don't forget about the ice maker and beverage fridge.
Yeah.
Very sneaky. Didn't show that off, Dana.
Yay, ice maker. All right, so here's the story. I'm going to start with the story. I'll start over here. I'll start with the story of the internet while we're waiting for things. Oh, I got to put some meatballs in this sauce. All right.
Hey, PGG.
Hello, how are you?
Season 3 winner of Food Fight in the
That
house.
is true.
Get you a shout out.
We're going to stick the meatballs in our sauce so they can start cooking. And we're going to turn that up. And we'll have to turn those meatballs over so both sides get cooked.
We probably won't do a full house tour, Lesser Panda.
Just because some things belong, you know, they're private areas and work areas. And so probably not going to be showing everything there. That pantry is your prep kitchen. Yay, megabytes. So we can when it's set up. Right now it's just a bunch of boxes because things that we didn't know where they were going either went into a guest room or they went into the media room. That's where stuff is. Or Robbie's office.
But so far, the media room is Rocky's favorite place to hang out.
He does like it in there. All right,
My collection of antique ranch bottles.
All right, so yes, he does. He has a huge collection of antique bottles. All right, so internet saga. The first guy who came, it was the day before we moved in, but he never knocked on our door. He never called. He came to the house. He saw the house under construction on one side of us, and he decided that the box must be buried underneath the construction stuff over there, so he just left. He never knocked on the door to say, hey, the box is...
Didn't call.
Nothing.
We couldn't get a hold of anybody.
So 8 hours I sat in an empty house. I mean, Robbie actually came the last couple hours because I had to drive somebody to the airport, but we were at this house for 8 hours waiting for them.
And I think it took us 2 days just to figure out that's what happened.
Well, you called on Friday. I called the next day. And I was able to get somebody who said, hey, your box is underneath construction rubble. And I was like, okay, I mean, I don't know any different, right? So the following week, the contractors came out to bring that box to grade. And he saw me in the driveway and he said, so are you the house that's getting internet? And I said, yes. And he's like, they keep giving me this address as the address to fix the box. And I said, yes. And he goes, it's not on the left side of your house. It's on the right side of your house. So the first person who came here didn't even bother to look for the box in a different place. And he goes, it's already a grade and it has wires in it for you and your neighbor. And I was like, oh, good. So then, of course, I had to wait a week for somebody another installer to come out. And that installer knocked on my door, and we basically both decided that the first guy was a dumbass. And he went to go set it up, and then he realized that there was no signal going to that box. So if the first guy had done his job, the contractors could have come out, and fix the signal. If the contractors had at least checked the box, they would have seen there was no signal. But that's not what happened. So then I had to wait for another contractor to come out and find where the signal was. And the main box is a mile away, so it could have been anywhere between here and there. And they got it figured out, but then, of course, I had to wait another week for somebody to come out and install it, which it got installed. So there. You buried the idiot in a box. If he had come back, that would have been a really great idea. So it was terrible. You still need to call him and see if we can get a month's.
Oh, it's worse than that. The bill went up, Dana.
I know, and then the bill went up. And I was like, how can the bill go up? You guys are idiots. So then when it came to the ice maker, and I kept having to call over. So by the way, I spent about 16, 17 hours on the phone or in chats with the internet provider. So, check my meatballs. So then with the ice maker, I spent probably about 6 hours on the phone, and everybody was really nice on the phone, but they just couldn't seem to figure out what was going on because the installers are a different company from where we bought it. And every time I would call, they'd say it's going to be 24 to 48 hours. And so like the fourth time I called, I was like, guys, I don't believe you. Like, it's now been like 2 weeks. And nobody's called me. Nobody's followed up on anything. And then they said, I'm really sorry, you'll just have to wait till Friday. I didn't have time on Friday, I called on Monday. Well, I was going to call on Monday, but I looked in my emails and they canceled my order. So when I talked to them on the phone, they said the customer canceled. And I said, I absolutely did not cancel my ice maker. They said, well, you're going to have to go back to the store and rebuy it. So I did. I explained it to them. I was in the store for an hour and a half. My ice maker was there in the store with my name on it. So they said, it's going to take 24 to 48 hours. I was like, mm-hmm. And then finally, after multiple other phone calls, found out that the installers were saying they could not pick it up at that store. And I basically went back to the store and I said, this is the last chance. You guys got to figure this out. I'm not buying it again someplace else where it can be picked up. I will cancel the order this time. So they figured it out. But yeah, I was really tired of that. So we should get some sort of rebate. It would really be great if we did. I think that I will from where we bought the ice maker because customer service told me as soon as it was installed to give them a call back because they wanted to compensate me somehow. So we'll see how much they compensate me, which is so different than, and I'm going to give a shout out to Nebraska Furniture Mart because they made a mistake. They were supposed to deliver something on one day, and we got the thing that it was ready for pickup, and Robbie called them, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry, we'll get it to you tomorrow.
And they did.
And they did. No waiting a week.
5 minutes on the phone.
No waiting. Like, everybody else was just like, well, that's the first that we have available that we can do it for you. And I'm like, no, you guys have messed up so many times. You guys should we should jump the line or get somebody else extra, pay somebody overtime. I don't care. So, shout out to Nebraska Furniture Mart, who they've been really great. And the one thing they messed up on, they immediately fixed within 24 hours. So
and it didn't take 2 hours on the phone to do it either. It was a very quick phone call.
Yep. So great. I need to hydrate. Thank you. I do need to hydrate.
It takes Extra
They're
Life.
so
It does not do nugget ice. We specifically went with a bigger cube since we're going to be using it for bigger ice cubes will be better for the drinks we're typically going to use it for.
And they don't, like the big, so this is a built-in ice maker, and the nugget ice ones are it seemed like they were more expensive anyway. So we just went with a regular ice cube for it.
But we're ready to party because this thing can make like 50 pounds of ice every 24 hours.
It can make a lot. It was so noisy the first day it was on because I had to dump the ice a couple of times.
Because, the first couple batches are no good. You got to clear out the filter and whatnot.
All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to turn these meatballs over so the other side.
I think Dana should have pulled the "Don't you know who I am?"
They're falling apart, guys. I think there was so much stuff, it may have needed more binder, more egg, more than one egg to hold it together.
But Dana took the high road. She did not throw any companies under the bus on stream today.
No, but if you are buying an ice maker or anything, you feel free to message me and I'll tell you offline who everybody was.
Especially if they don't make it right.
Yeah. So if the one place where we bought the ice maker makes it right, I'll be fine. They were great with the other stuff they delivered. They delivered all that on time. It was just the ice maker that was such a problem. Such a problem. And I tell you, there was a point, and you can ask Robbie, there was a point where I said, can't be on the phone with people anymore. I cannot, I'm trying so hard to be nice, and I cannot be nice anymore, so I cannot talk to anybody for the next couple of days. Because that's where I got to. That's where I got to. Where I am running around in circles. Running around. So, I think if I were to do this again, I'd either make smaller meatballs and stick them in the refrigerator for like 30 minutes or more. And or I might sear them first, but I'm trying to follow the recipe as it is here. And this is the way they told me to do it, but it's not holding together. And I think that if I'd been able to sear them first, get a little brownie on them, then that might have helped a little bit. We'll also have some party lights, but we're not sure how we're going to use them yet because they're going to be in the courtyard, which is not where we cook. Maybe we need to have like dance-offs or something in the courtyard with the party lights.
We'll figure it out. Sounds like yet another remote camera.
It does sound like another remote camera. Doesn't that sound exciting? Another remote camera?
Norway.
We did not retire Bleed Blue. We most people didn't know this, but Robbie and I were married, and so he had a house, I had a house. He moved in, but he still had his house. So, but he didn't really move in. So there's another streamer who does some realtor stuff on the side, and we went to go surprise her at an open house one day. And
almost 2 years ago now?
Yeah, and so just for fun, and then we said, oh, this is fun, so we started hitting open houses and model homes, and then we walked into a model home, and we were like, we love this house, and then we really liked the neighborhood, and we had to wait a year for them to have more lots, but then we decided, yeah, let's go ahead and build a house that we can both live in together that's our house instead of my house and your house, and that's what we did. So no, we did not. We didn't move to Costa Rica, although that'd be nice.
I still do, Zool. I haven't sold it yet, but I'm working on it.
11-hour shift. That's a very long shift, Aspie. You must be exhausted. Let's see
That's a long
here.
day.
A man cave. So Robbie has his own office. And he can do almost anything he wants with it.
Almost.
All right, well, good night, Andy. Thank you for coming by.
Good night, Andy.
They forgot to move. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll have a little casita someday. You're closing again tomorrow. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so we've taken a couple of tours of the pantry. You'll have to check in again for a tour of the pantry at some point.
Yeah, be careful, Mega. You might be able to check in, but never leave.
But you might not be able to check out. Media room. We do have a media room, and that is probably the room that the two of us spend the most time in together with the dog. I'll feed you. I'll feed you leftovers.
They're good leftovers, though.
I'll make sure this is
How are
cooked
the
on
meatballs
inside.
looking, Dana?
They're falling apart. So, not happy about that.
This is the first time you're cooking this?
It is. So basically, if you haven't been here, this cookbook, it is called South of Somewhere. And it is recipes and stories from my life in South Africa, South Korea, and the American South. So it has a little Latin, a little Asian, a little Afrikaans flavors in it. And they sound really good. But I think for this, I'm supposed to cover that too.
Zool, I guess 7 days to die, since she's better at dying in that game than me.
I do not take 7 days to die. I'm so good at it. Because that is the goal, right? Okay, I'm going to cover
Texag
this.
is
so this
also
isn't-
willing to be held captive for eating
Are you?
leftovers.
I just have a compound out back. Unfortunately, we can only build so much in the back, but you know. What's my favorite video game to beat Robbie in?
That's where I talked about the 7
Yeah,
days.
for 7 days to die. Actually, what I'd really love to do is like Mario Party or something. I love that. Get some other people to play. We can maybe stream it. I love Mario Party.
You know, Darth's been playing that on stream quite a bit.
I did not. We should play it with Darth. And I also like Jackbox games. I think those are fun. It's not up much. Hopefully your new area has good rates. I think the rates where we are were better than the rates where we were.
I mean, we don't know how much of that's because it's a brand new house and getting a discount and all that, but we were
We'll have to
pleasantly
see.
surprised that the rates weren't ridiculous.
At least for this year. They're not
well,
ridiculous.
I'm sure, and it's only going to go up, so.
Timmy, do you want to play video games together online? We could do like Mario Party because we also have a Switch. Do we just have a regular Switch or do we have a Switch too?
We do not have the brand new Switch 2.
Okay. I know somebody who might have
you,
one I
you
can buy.
might know someone that could hook you up.
Yeah, my daughter might be able to hook me up. Jackbox, I love. Let's do it, Megabytes. Let's do it.
Yeah, Fajita, we should get her to play Fortnite.
You have all the Jackbox? I don't have all of them. I think I've got 3 sets of them. Fortnite, I haven't played Fortnite. Do I have a single game or film that I do not have a single game or film that I collect. So, my daughter, however, has every Swan game, I believe. And she's got a big Swan, which is a Japanese I think it's a handheld. Is the Swan thing a handheld? I think it's a handheld Japanese thing, and she loves to collect those. So she's got a huge collection of that. And then she used to collect weird Nintendo things. But I think she sold most of them. So she's had like a bike that connects to Nintendo, a sewing machine. I think there was a blood sugar thing or something. It was some sort of medical device. What else has she had? Some weird stuff. I'm like, what? She goes, I know.
Welcome in. We have had Texas Twinkies.
We actually have a really great barbecue place that is not too far away that makes excellent Texas Twinkies, and we've actually made them.
We have.
Yep. I just don't have a smoker, so I need to really get a good smoker to make really, really good Texas Twinkies.
You're selling your NES collection.
So Bleed Blue, my daughter, her stores, they buy old video games and, well, not even just old stuff, but they buy vintage stuff. And so Pink Gorilla, they give you good prices. You can check them online, pinkgorilla.com. Alligator chili. Gosh, I've had alligator. I don't know if I've had alligator chili, but I'm sure it tastes good. Alligator is a fine meat. It can get a little dry, but other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, you gotta be a good loser, Megabytes, when I beat you at a video game.
Are you going to be a good loser if you don't win, Dana?
I'm always a good loser.
Lots of practice?
Unless it's Darth. No, I don't have a lot of practice at losing. You know Kelsey from the old stream, yeah. Well, she's coming in town in a few weeks, so hopefully we can get in the kitchen one of those days and she can cook with me in the kitchen.
Hey, Noimu.
That'd be fun.
Hello, hello.
You can make a mean gator. So if you have LSU there, are you in the Dallas area? Yep, there you go. You're not scared. Noimu, how are you doing? It's good to see you here. You've been playing Retro N64 on the Switch too. That's always the fun because the new games have too many things. Like they're either too much like real life. Yes, you may be in a fantasy world of World of Warcraft, or there may be zombies, but you have to do the daily tasks that you've always got to do. I mean, yeah, I know we don't have spells and, you know, if we have to make a weapon to kill a zombie, but in the same thing, it's like tasks, right? I just want a game. They just play. That's why I like Fall Guys, except I'm not really awesome at it. So we're doing pretty good. We're in our new kitchen. And we have just a setup just to get on the air. That was all we cared about today. So lighting isn't right. Cameras are okay, but there's still some finagling there. And we have equipment that we have no idea where it is. The bartender is taking the night off because the bartender had to set all of this up and he's very, very tired. But I could make myself a glass of wine. Also, I don't know that I have very many mixers and stuff to make a good drink tonight. So, you fall really well in Fall Guys. Me too. Look at us. We're so good at that game. It's amazing. So, Kelsey lives in Seattle, if that's what you mean, Bleep Blue. You had to upgrade your gaming collection from shoe boxes to a 7-shelf metal gaming cabinet. I mean, Kelsey has an entire room, and that's all. She doesn't have a guest room because her guest room is all video games. And it's also where she does her podcast, and where people are like, cool setup, Dana. I'm like, totally not mine when I had to stream from there. So. You
did get a lot of compliments on that.
I did, and I'm like,
stream.
Yeah, that's Kelsey's collection, not mine. Wait, where's the sugar supposed to go into?
How did you just randomly remember sugar?
Because I was looking, I'm like, what? I got the sugar out. I need to put a little sugar in this sauce, supposedly. So we'll put a little in there. Let's see how these are cooking. Of course, now it's a little late to put the sugar in there, but we're going to do it anyway.
Because now she can say she did it.
Now I didn't forget an ingredient, even if it's not going to turn out right. It's okay. It's all about learning, isn't it? It's all about making mistakes. It's all about laughing at yourself when you make those mistakes. And that's what I'm here. This is something I have had to learn because I used to beat myself up a lot about not doing something right, and streaming has taught me how to be able to laugh at myself and accept that I'm not going to be perfect at stuff and that I'm going to make mistakes. And so there are many things that I do. For example, I was talking to a client the other day who's also afraid to make mistakes, right? And doesn't do things because they're afraid they're going to make a mistake. And I said, look, I give myself a what I call a stupid tax. And I know I'm going to pay a stupid tax every year, at least one, sometimes two. And those are the things you do that cost you money, that you feel really stupid, that it costs you money. Like, I don't know, forgetting to pay your bills. Like if you forget to pay your mortgage, say, because you were too busy trying to figure out how to stream. And so you had to pay a late fee on it. And I just accept that that's going to happen once or twice a year, that I'm not going to be perfect. So there's that. So give yourself permission to not do things perfectly, and you'll be a much happier person. We have done Jackbox games on StreamZool. We've done that as, what do you call them?
Incentives?
Incentives. So maybe we'll do that. Or maybe we'll just do one and see how much fun it is, and then do it as incentives after that. Cajun corn and crab bisque. I love crab bisque. I bet Cajun corn is delicious. Don't know if I've had it before. I've had a lot of Cajun food, but I don't recall Cajun corn. But I bet it's delicious. Cajun flavors are so good.
We've actually been meaning to take a trip to New Orleans at some point.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? We could do some streaming from that. Maybe do a crawfish boil. I've tried a lot of Canadian foods. Poutine, we actually did a bunch of we did some Canadian street food once. I think you may need to go wrangle a dog for a second. Dog wants to go outside.
Again, I already took him out once.
During the stream you have? Oh. I think he's just trying to get attention then. He doesn't really need to go outside. Sometimes he just wants attention. So yeah, so I've tried some Canadian foods. I mean, we've done stuff from all over. Now, Afrikaans food I have not done, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do it today. So there they go, out into the backyard. So one of the cool things that we love about this house is behind us is a farm. And the back pen, that's the back field that backs up to us, it's just one bull, just one. We've named him Klondike, and he's very nice, even though he scared the crap out of me when I was leaning down picking up trash. And then he's like 1.5 feet from my face on the other side of the barbed wire, just looking at me. And when Rocky's out there barking at him, he'll turn around and he'll just look at Rocky and he'll be like, and then he goes back to eating. So he seems nice enough, but he seems lonely. Are cows supposed to be by themselves? So you know how to get down and dirty. Can Robbie stream accounting? I don't think he really wants to do that. That doesn't sound fun. He does need to scratch at the door for attention. Sometimes he's like, I'm really, really bored. And today was the first day he actually hung out in one of our offices with us. Normally he won't go down that hallway and stay down there. He'll check to see we're there and then go back to the media room or underneath the dining room table. But today he actually was sleeping in Robbie's office, so that's good. That means he's feeling a little more comfortable down there. So they do, it's not that kind, it's more of a ranch. I shouldn't say farm, it's a ranch. So they have livestock and horses. And it's not a huge one. So our field has the one bull, and then there's a field that is, which direction is that? West, and there's some cows on it, but I don't know if it's theirs. There's another little ranchette down there. It may be their cows. And then they've got some horses and some donkeys in another field down that way. And they've got some roosters, I know, because I hear them every morning, which is really nice. And yeah, So that's what we got. That's what we got behind us. So it's nice. Hopefully it doesn't get sold. It's nice to have, like, there's a red barn that we can see out there, and it looks like an old hangar because there used to be a airstrip for little planes in the area, but it's gone now. So thank you, Mod Pro. It's not ours, so we don't have to take care of him. We just get to see him, and it feels like you're in Texas when you get to see that. So yeah, so we're just still trying to figure it out. It's our first stream in here, so we just kind of said, let's get started, see what works and what doesn't work. And we've already, as we were setting stuff up, we're like, oh, we're gonna need this, and this, we probably need this. So it's kind of put together. There are cords everywhere, and but at least my electricians, who I did put some outlets in my island, which the builder could not do. So other than this one, and then they wanted a ridiculous amount of money to put more in there. So I don't know why. Nobody can tell me why. Like, all the electricians are like, we don't know why we're not allowed to do it anymore. They say it's safer. And I said, it's safer to have an outlet that's on the top of your counter where you can spill stuff on it than it is to have it on the side of it. That seems unlikely. But that's me. No, we're not going to make him into bread. Do not. I already told Robbie, I'm like, we're going to get a smoker out there, but I don't want to scare Klondike. I don't want him to be scared, like, oh, I know what they're doing over there. I will go to my supermarket or farmer's market. The one thing that's nice is that there are more farmer's markets closer to me. So there's one that's not far at all. So we'll see how good that one is, because that one's only about 5 minutes away, but it's going to be a smaller one. But there's another one that's like 10 minutes away that's a pretty big one. So I am excited about that. Maybe we'll stream one of those one day. So I know you do. You sometimes sell coffee at them, which I will need to at some point get started on the coffee again, because I've run out of coffee twice. And then I go to the grocery store to get more coffee, and I forget the coffee. And that's a problem, because then I have to get back in my car and go right back to the grocery store to go get my coffee. So I know you are. And by the way, everybody, if you do not know Bravewood Beanery, she roasts coffee. She has a small roastery, and then she sends it directly to you. So it's not sitting on a truck or sitting in a warehouse somewhere. It gets roasted. It goes directly to you. So you can check her out online and order from her, and you can have automatic shipments sent to you. And if you're not sure what kind of coffee you want, she can help you pick out a flavor profile that works for you. And you can decide, do I want it lightly roasted? Do I want it darkly roasted? Do I want a medium roast? Because I think a lot of the dark roasts are too dark unless I'm making French coffee or espresso. So I'm more of a medium roast kind of person, and she does whole beans for me, but she can do whatever kind of grind you want on your coffee, and it's fresh. And there's such a big difference between freshly brewed coffee and coffee that's been sitting in warehouses and on trucks, for sure. Yes, it's a ranch. We're in Texas, so a lot of them are ranches, so they don't really have any, like, they're not selling produce. They may have like gardens and stuff for themselves, but they're not selling produce. There are some places nearby that have eggs, though, which I'm also excited about, to get some fresh eggs. So you don't drink coffee. I know, it would be nice to have it if you have some guests there. Oh, yeah, that's right. You do specialty cocos. We get them every, she sends me some in the fall, which is nice. It'll be fun to host Food Fight once we figure out what the heck we're doing in this kitchen. So, all right. So I think that these meatballs are probably cooked. So I'm going to plate them this way today. We're going to just put it all on one plate. And then Robbie and I are just going to be monsters and eat off of the same plate. Now that I'm not sick anymore. Robbie will not, he's like, he stays away from me. He won't even sit next to me when I'm sick. He's like, you are cursed. I cannot be near you. So did Rocky have to go potty, or did he just want to wander around outside?
He just needed, wait, there's my mic. He just needed
Attention.
some time outside, I think.
He does like to be outside.
Well, and he really got in the habit of when we were streaming the last,
Just
I don't know, 6 months or so.
hanging
that he
out
was
on my
just going
chair.
outside, yeah.
Hanging out on my chair. All right. So we've made ourselves a nice little thing here. Heavy. Okay. See, my meatballs kind of fell apart here. Let's make some room over here. Boy, I need to work out so that I can lift pots.
I thought that's all we've been doing,
pans.
is moving stuff and working out.
Apparently not enough for me. All right, so we're going to very carefully pick these meatballs up and put them on our mashed potatoes. It smells really good.
Hey, Kelsey.
Kelsey! Hello! We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I'm making a mess here. Somebody was saying they're selling their whole NES collection, and I said they should totally talk to you about it. Here, we'll put this one on the top. We're going to do 5 here. And now I need a bigger spoon. I need this one of my new spoons from Christmas that I'm so excited about. Get closer. Something new. And
What a coincidence. I just bought a big NES collection.
see, I told you, get in touch. All right, we're going to do a little parsley on the top, like that. And there we go.
And you are going to take a photo, right?
We do want to take a photo. Where is
She
my
has me
camera?
trained well. I'm not allowed to eat until there's a photo.
He's like, take the picture. Take the picture.
Get it on the plate. How's the new kitchen set up?
For stream, we don't know yet.
I mean, we've got 3 cameras up and running today. Well, actually 4 with the mobile.
With the other one.
It
But
should have
yeah.
been 5, but we don't know where the other camera is.
All right. So this is Tamatie Frikkadel. All right, you ready to taste, Robbie? You ready? Let's do this.
And we even have internet. That's true.
We do. We have internet, and we have an ice maker that's filled with
Things
ice.
are slowly getting checked off the list.
We have shades in the windows.
'Cause who wants to see me, right?
Our Ring doorbell is working. Although Robbie, it sometimes gets Robbie coming out of his office. That's good.
Pretty tasty.
But the meatballs are completely falling apart.
They are completely falling apart.
So I got to do something different with the meatballs so that they stay together. But that is good. It's very different, right? Like the different flavors. How do you like the
The potatoes are good too.
like cloves and ginger kind of flavor in the meatballs as opposed to like oregano and
It's different,
Basil.
but I like the taste of it.
so that's good. You have an interview on Zoom? That's exciting, Aspie. I hope that works.
Good luck.
So that, not meatballs, just meat. It is in a shape. We were just talking about today, Rusty Rhymes, if you guys watch him, they were talking about how Lady made vegetarian meatloaf, and we were having a big discussion on how it's not meatloaf if it's vegetarian.
I was there for that too. It's in the name.
It has to have meat in it, or it's not a meatloaf. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So you can call it vegetarian meat-shaped loaf. Exactly.
So you like
This is a
macaroni
meat-
and cheese without the cheese.
So this is, and some people do that. They have macaroni and cheese, but they use like a cashew type vegan cheese.
Uh-oh,
Not
Aspie's
for
only
me.
$12K from a meal redemption.
So close. So close.
Oops.
Salad loaf, right. I know that I can't tell you if there are vegetables in anything, Krem.
Hey, dinner with mom.
We'll just call yours, we'll call anything that we serve you meat so that you'll try it. Hello, dinner with mom. You have enough for meal redemption? Are you going to cook with me when you come visit me? Can we cook on Sunday? On stream? So, I mean, if Kelsey really wants to, she can wait and we can do the meal redemption when she's here so that she can eat her meal.
I'm hoping the layout
like-
of this kitchen will work a little bit better when you have other people on camera.
That's what we're hoping too. I'm hoping to do like, we had megabytes over at the other house and it just wasn't working to do it the way I wanted to, although I loved cooking with Mega.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was way fun. But I have this idea in my head, like I want people to be like on the other side of the island with Robbie and I can cook, but that means we have to have a camera kind of showing them too. And then I can cook a couple of courses for them. So that's what I would like to do. But one thing at a time. Let's get the cameras in the right place first.
Jedi says,
So-
I can do 7 meal
What?
redemptions.
But not for your meal redemption. Okay. So, what do you want for your meal redemption, Kelsey? Oh, did you make yourself margaritas? Was that really good? I want a margarita. I don't have any lime juice, so I do know where my tequila is, though.
You do? Because I don't.
You can also do a meal redemption. You know what's great about meal redemptions? I don't have to think about what the menu is.
It's part of why you like it.
So I actually like the meal redemptions. Shots! You may have had a margarita or 3. I have a lot of limes. We only need like an ounce of
Dinner
limes.
with mom stole my margaritas.
Do we only need an ounce of lime for a margarita?
Yes. We do 2-1-1 typically. 2 ounces tequila, 1 ounce of
I might be able to do that.
triple sec or
We might be able to do
Cointreau or
that.
whatever, and then 1 ounce.
We'll
of
do a
vodka.
cocktail Thursday night. Celebrate our first stream back. But is he going to be here? Is he going to be here to eat it? Or are we just going to make him jealous because we're eating it in front of him? That's the question, Kelsey. Oh. All right. Is that what he wants, or did he want biryani? I don't know. What's going on? Why is there a little... We do have a... June bugs seem to like our back porch, and it's only March. What are they doing here? Robbie, why are the June bugs here in March?
We moved so much farther south, Dana, that it's already June.
I don't think we moved south. He wants halal food cart chicken more than anything. All right, I'll look up a recipe for that.
There may not be leftovers, Dana.
Well, I mean, there's still more meatballs on the...
Oh, there might be leftovers, guys.
We'll see. June bugs freak you out? I grew up with them. They were everywhere. We used to catch them.
They were so loud 2 nights ago, the dog was barking at them because they were smashing into the window so
Flying
loudly.
into the windows. So we have like all windows along the back of the house. And so when the lights are on and it's so dark out here, there's just no place else for them to go if they see the light. So we got that.
What about August bugs?
August bugs. They'll be here in June. There's a Kenji Lopez halal cart chicken recipe. I will look for that right after the stream is over and I've cleaned the kitchen. So.
And she might have to help with teardown too. If she wants
And
to
do the dishes?
And do the dishes.
I helped with putting it together. Are you going to help with the dishes?
I mean, if I'm tearing it down, I get to pick where it goes then, huh?
As long as it's not my office.
When was that a rule?
Your office is bigger than mine. All right. So I love the flavors in this.
Who cut these onions, Dana?
Oh. But
That was a
there's
big onion.
but there's some problems with the techniques in it that I will have to remedy next time I make it. But flavor-wise, this is really good. So, yeah. Where are we on time? Oh my gosh, we've been on for 2.5 hours. That's a lot for me. All right, should we find some place to go? Who's on? My button's switched on my phone, so it's harder for me to find things now. So, all right, let's see. Where are we going to go? Let's see. Lala's on. Date night in. Cupcake Dex.
We haven't rated Kyle since the announcement.
That's true. Well, PGG is also on. Chef
Another good
JT
option.
is on. Serendipix is on. Leroy and Cat is on. Green Hair Gamer is on.
It's hard to
So
pick
there's
when
a
we
lot
haven't
of
rated
people.
anyone in so long.
I know. Well, PGG stopped by. There's a Fisherman's on. Kyle is on. Yeah, Dark Auditor is doing a cooking charity stream. Oh, let me take a look at that. I like charity streams. Let's go there. Let's go to Dark Auditor. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right.
I believe so.
Okay. So let's go there. Since that is a charity stream, it's for Starlight and all the good things.
Would you like to spell, just so I make sure?
Yes. AUD.
So all one word?
Yes. ITORE.
Okay.
11.
11.
Yep. So we'll do that. Hey guys, I'm so happy we're back. We'll be back on Thursday at 5 o'clock doing something. I don't know what, because I am still like, brain is still mushy. It's getting better, not as mushy as it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago, or even 3 weeks ago. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So we'll give this a try again on Thursday. And I appreciate all of you guys for coming and hanging out with us today. And we're going to go over to Dark Auditor. Come and join us on Thursday. And yeah. So let's go do that. So you guys are amazing and wonderful, and thank you so much. So go out into the world and be your own beautiful, wonderful, genuine self. Take some kindness with you because we need more kindness in the world. So share yours with other people, and we will see ya later. Good night, everybody.